since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. This is taken at his 4. And now look at him go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Dolphins 7, Texans nothing.
So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready up.
55, Mike 55. Here we go, D, get off the field.
Greystone, travel.
That's a
Speed Griffin.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check. Topper. Spike.
Back to throw here. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's get this. Check the backer.
Check blue draw courses.
2nd and 3. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check, go back. We got motion. Back behind.
A give running right, Drake. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Check, crouch. Like 15.
Rosen will throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Check 31. Leo.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Shift. Watch the twist. Hey, get it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw here. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47.
Check 99. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Looking to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Hill the intended receiver once again, but it's going to be 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Legs 15, legs 15. Let's get it together. Quarter.
They'll start the drive with Drae. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Drae. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And finally brought down at the 38. It's a big play there for Miami. 47 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
On 1st down, Drae. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
He's coming. We got double up.
Here's Rosen. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of legs.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Smooth. 55.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll set up a throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now this throw caught left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. On first down, Drake. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
We own it. We own them. 36, 36. Check 43.
On second down, it's Drake. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, some
try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
X3, 218, chopper. You think you gonna get this? Check, Lucky. Shoot.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Right now in the second quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be attacked. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a 1st down and run out this 1st half.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ready, set.
So after the now 2nd and 10.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB.
General West. Toss off. Go.
2nd and 10. He gets this one to Johnson. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Completes this to Waring. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 count.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 38, Rosen being chased out left. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll watch.